Okay, so tell me a little bit about what made you want to create the JB Family Growers Pumpkin Farm and Puzzle Patch. How did that come about?
So JB Instant Lawn has been here in the valley since the 80s, and we've mainly been just grass and nursery stock and in a really wholesale market. So my motivation behind starting the pumpkin farm was to get more connected with the community and invite more people in to experience agriculture for themselves. A lot of people don't see how pumpkins are grown. So that was my original motivation. We started out with just pumpkins, and people came and just visited, chose their pumpkins off the vine. And then um, we thought, what else can we do? So the following year after the pumpkins, we added lavender and flowers for the summer months. And then we added a corn maze and a sunflower walk just to get more people here, more involved. And it really added new new visitors to the scene and a lot more excitement, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. My next question is, what can people expect from attending the event? Will there be food, drinks, activities? What if I were to go there, what would I expect?
So we keep it fairly calm and serene here at JB Family Growers. We're more of the aesthetic, the fall aesthetic for the pumpkin farm and puzzle patch. We have a very fun game called Farm Scene Investigation throughout the corn maze. Um, you go through the intermediate maze because there are three different trails. There's an advanced, an intermediate, and a kids maze. And you go through the intermediate maze and you're looking for a missing farmer. So you're ruling out suspects and other farm animals. And that's a really fun activity. We have 10 acres of pumpkins, gourds, and squash growing, and they're not organized out there. So you can walk through trails through the pumpkins and look at what's growing, see what you can find. And then there's a 6-acre sunflower walk. I'll send you pictures of the maps, but the sunflower walk is just winding trails, but if you see it from above, it looks like flowers and birds. So there's fall photos. We're pet friendly as well, so pets are welcome to come and enjoy. We sell small snacks and drinks. We do sometimes have like visitor coffee carts or food trucks, and we announce that all on our Instagram at JB Family Growers. The Seattle Barkery is coming. They're a dog food truck and treat truck the 14th and 15th. So that'll be a fun weekend. And what else? We do have yard games like cornhole, giant Connect Four, giant Jenga, pumpkin checkers, pumpkin tic-tac-toe as well. Kids really seem to enjoy that. And then we just have a whole bunch of fall scenery and all the aesthetics you could want. If you're lucky, you can see a hot air balloon land too. They make frequent visits on landing on our farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all cool. I know this isn't one of my questions, but is this like your first time doing this, or have you been doing it pretty regularly?
This is our third year of having the pumpkin farm and puzzle patch.
Oh, that's awesome. If
This
I
is our
could,
first year on the Woodinville location. Last year we were around the block at one of our Redmond farms because our total farm is 309 acres, but we moved to the Woodinville side this year. So I guess you could say it is our first Woodinville side year.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. If I could move on, like who are the key stakeholders in bringing this event together?
There's two of us. It's me and my dad, Brent Nielsen. I do the marketing, the operations, and he is the technicalities. He does a lot of the planting.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. My next question is, how does this event bring in that fall comfort feeling to the Great Woodinville area? In other words, how does it sort of create that sort of welcoming fall environment, I guess you could say, to
You know,
to the greater community?
when you arrive and go out on the field and you hear little giggles and people making memories, it really just gives you that sense of building memories and enjoying the harvest season. And that's what we're trying to cultivate here. You can hear the birds chirping, there's frogs out there. it's really just embracing the nature and the beautiful Sammamish farming valley that we get to farm in.
Mm-hmm. Um, my next question is, what have you heard from members of the community leading up to this event? Have you heard anybody, like, were they excited? What was, if you could talk a little bit about that?
You know, when we just did pumpkins, I ran a few polls throughout the community, seeing what people felt Woodinville needed. And a corn maze was a huge want for the area, something for teenagers and families to do. So we've got a lot of great feedback and excitement over having one here in the Woodinville proper, and people from all around are coming to visit it.
Mm-hmm. Uh, what's tell me a little bit about the impact that this event has on Woodinville residents, like having this type of event. What does that do basically?
It's a good place to come and make memories. They don't have to drive very far. It's nice and close. A lot of, other farms are quite a trip away. We're not very busy. Like you can come here. We have a high capacity. We're a very large farm. So it's very convenient to come in and spend time and really explore all of our property.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Also, it's doing wonders for the soil and the pollinators. You should see all the happy bees around our farm. And by mixing up our crops, the biodiversity in the soil is getting replenished. And that's just huge for the impact of everyone around us.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good to know. My last question, I guess, is what can people take away from this event? Like what do you hope this event will do in the long run?
I just hope that people can come out and make good memories. I hope it's a good place for, connection and embracing nature and the beauty in Sammamish Valley. I don't think we stop enough anymore to just embrace how much beauty surrounds us. And I just hope that's what we're cultivating, more appreciation for this beautiful land we get to live and work in.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.